Hey, good morning, everybody. Jim from Jim's Wholiest, Coleus. Let's keep going on these rootings. Everybody's keeping their rootings going. Make sure you keep that water clean, right, Newton? Absolutely. Just rinse out about 10 containers, rootings rather. Very important if you want to keep your rootings. If you want to get the best chance of keeping your rootings through the winter and into spring, it's very important that you rinse your water and very gently rinse your roots. You don't want to disturb them really with heavy water, but you can see here we got a nice, full, healthy root ball, or root gaggle, I guess you can call it. But I rinse this out, especially this little one here, because the water gets stagnant. So you don't want to let this sit for a week or so. Change it every couple of days. Hey, if you're bored and you have the time and you want to change them every day, go for it. But anyway, yeah, keep your water changed. Make sure that there's no organic debris at the bottom. There's always going to be something that gets in there. You'll be amazed. Here's a rooting that's just a week or so old. And you can see it's already starting. So you got a nice clear vase. Bud vase, you can use anything, a glass, coffee mug, as long as it holds water and you can stand the rooting in, it'll stay. Now, your vase does not have to be translucent. As you can see, I got a pretty wide variety here, and I get these at antique stores, dollar stores, or what have you. But this was actually, I think this was, I forget where I got this. They just held grape jelly. They just one of those promotional grape jelly from Welch's from years and years ago. So, and it's perfect root jar. So here now, let's just check this out. This is going to be you're going to amaze this. I'm going to have to sit back here. I'm going to have to stand back here because you're going to be amazed at this. Now this rooting is, oh my God, I would say it's over a month old. And now I'm going to show you something here. Oh, I got my pot rack in the way here. I have no room. Here we go. I'm going to show you something here. So that is a lot of root. And you can see how nice and clean it is. I gently rinse it. I just rinsed this out. I rinsed it. And this is in a, obviously this vase is not translucent. So it's not necessary that light gets onto the roots. But if you don't have either, it doesn't matter. It'll work. I had gotten a couple of comments about where I keep my rootings. It's best to keep them. Obviously, you want them to get light. They need daylight. I don't recommend that you keep your rootings in. I mean, this is winter in New Jersey, so we don't. Daylight short. The sun is out, but it's not, the sun is not very strong. It's not intense like the summer. It's not high up in the sky. It's not sustained. Although my bay window gets lots of great light, it's not recommended that these rootings sit in a window that's getting direct sunlight for hours on end. So if you have a little cart that you can put them out away from the direct sun. It's okay if they sit in sun a couple of hours or whatever, but the more these glass, especially the translucent glass, the more they sit in direct sun, you know how it is. Sun and stagnant water, is a recipe for mold and so forth. So just keep that in mind, but make sure your rootings get light. So, but you can see here, this is actually my favorite vase. I bought this, I got this at an antique store 20 years ago. I do love collecting antiques. One day I'm going to do a video. I collect antique books. I have a pretty large collection of antique books, getting off the beaten track. I have some books from the 1700s. Very interesting stuff, so I'm going to shoot a video about that sometime. If you're interested in old books, I have some real treats, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, this is one of my favorite vases. It's just, I love the blue, and it just contrasts so well with these, whatever Coleus you put in there, it just works, you know. So, and again, here's a black stockings. And this one I don't keep. I keep this over by my TV in my family room, which is very, as you can see, it's all light. And I mention that to people, is the closer, keeping Coleus indoors, Coleus love light. And the closer the room that you keep them is to what you would think a greenhouse is like, the better chance that your Coleus is going to make it through the winter. So you want a bright room. I have a friend that lives up in Newton, and it's a beautiful old Victorian home. In their dining room, they have these huge windows in their dining room, and it gets so much light. And their Coleus, when I gave her Coleus, hi Lil, hey Pete, shout out to them. When I gave them a Coleus, it did so well in that room because it gets lots of light. So that's the name of the game. Keep them in light. So, and that goes for your rootings here. So, real quick, back then, back to the subject. Keep your water rinsed every couple of days. Gently rinse off your rootings, the root balls, and you should do pretty well. Make sure any organic material gets in the water, gets rinsed out, and you'll find. Move them around a little bit, give them a little different aspect of light. You know, move them from window to window. Let's go take a look at one of my favorite windows that I keep my Coleus rooting. Okay, we got our 3 windows. This is my family room. It's a nice, bright, open, airy, daylit room. And these 3 24-inch Jealousy Andersons are perfect for rootings. Year after year, this is where I keep rootings. And that's what I like about the colored glass. Obviously, I could put all colored glass there, but I mix it up. But this is perfect. And there's some others. It's a Boston Fern I keep. And there's just a shout out to a follower that's helping me out with my poinsettia, because it hasn't bloomed any the red flowers. So they told me to put it in a dark closet, 12 to 16 hours a day or night, and I've been doing that, and I believe it's getting little shoots. So shout out to him, thank you. So here's another example, just little places that I keep my Coleus. And over here, you know, it's away from the window, but it still gets daylight. I got these large windows, sliding glass windows, so it gets plenty of light. So wherever you have a window, and you don't have make sure you don't have pets that are going to knock it over. Obviously, I have cats but they're pretty good. They don't stay. They really don't bother with these windows. They have plenty of other places to go. I love my Boston Fern. If you're looking for a good indoor cleaning plant, Boston Ferns are the way to go, but you got to make sure you keep a spray bottle. They like to be misted, so I always take it outside real quick and give it a good spritz. And this is going on 2.5 years old. It really needs to be put in a bigger pot, but I really just don't want to go too crazy with it. So, but it's doing real well, and I'm convinced it's the spritzing, constantly giving it spritz, and I get very minimal leaf fall. It's very healthy. So, but hope this helps out with everybody following along rooting. We can do this together. Don't worry about it. Now again, I mentioned in my previous videos, I have a lot of rootings here, and not every one of them will make it. There's always 1 or 2 that will have a problem. So I don't sweat it. I enjoy it. There's a beautiful black stockings. So any questions, comments, feel free to leave them at the end of the video. I appreciate everybody's subscription, your support. I really love the comments. Thank you very much. Okay, everybody, till I'll be shooting. I'm getting prepared. So get all your stuff ready for my other video about if you're gonna separate your seeds. Be patient. I'm gonna be shooting that in another week or so. So just stay tuned. Okay. All right, everybody, have a great week, and we'll catch you soon at Jim's Wholiest of Coleus.